With a young child in the profile picture and a vibrant banner, you might think that Ryan's World is just another kid's YouTube channel with an astounding 40 million subscribers. However, when you learn about the true dark side of his parents controlling and manipulating him throughout his life, a decade of creating the same videos that are aimed directly at children and humiliating him in public, it doesn't sound all that appetizing anymore. At the tender age of 4, Ryan launched his channel, producing videos like Ryan Opens Easter Egg Surprise, Ryan Plays with Play-Doh, and Giant Lightning McQueen Egg Surprise. Nothing felt doubtful at all, despite the fact that the sheer number of views, 32 million, was a key motivator to continue making these movies. 30 million views. When Ryan wasn't even starting preschool, this number of views, 1.1 billion, was revolutionary and, unsurprisingly, went viral on the internet.
Ryan is only 7 years old, but he's already selling out aisles of toys at Walmart and Target like a retail veteran.
Surprisingly, Ryan and his parents, Shin and Lan, claim in an interview that Ryan came up with the idea for his YouTube channel entirely on his own, and that they had no influence over it.
When I was 3, I was watching other people, and I was like, why am I not on there? And I started my own YouTube channel.
His mom, who was a teacher at the time, took him shopping for a toy, and he opened it on camera. It would be his first video.
Although there is no real assurance that this was the case, as most children at that age wouldn't exactly want to crack the code to the YouTube algorithm RM, Ryan didn't realize that over the next 9 years, his entire life was about to change forever. He made over $22 million in a single year in 2016 and now has an estimated net worth of over $100 million in 2024, which isn't exactly a bad life for someone who isn't even yet a teenager. You would naturally assume that Ryan's parents would be wise with their earnings and put aside enough for Ryan and future generations, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Ryan's dad isn't exactly the most likable man on the internet, and his mother has a criminal record of stealing goods from a clothing store, failing to pay the fine, performing community service, and spending a month of her life behind bars.
On track to be a teenage billionaire. How much does Ryan get to keep of all this?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
What specifically led to Ryan's World's demise? In August 2022, the Ryan's World YouTube channel received 468 million views. 2 years later, that number is just shy of 300 million. And while that is still higher than most YouTubers will ever receive in their lifetime, there is still a downward slope in the views over time. What's more obvious, though, is that when looking at the view counts on recent Ryan's World videos, they only range from 100,000 to 500,000. This is because the channel still receives 100,000 subscribers each week and, on average, 15 million views in a 24-hour period. The primary characteristic is that Ryan has changed from a young man he was in 2016. Ryan appears to be having fun and is content to be in the videos playing with the toys that he obviously finds interesting, but these days he continues to dress up in the same costumes and act in ways that no teen would in videos, like Ryan Goes to Superhero School Challenge.
999,998, 999,999, 1 million. Morning workout complete. I'm ready for superhero school. While I head to school, check out this clip from Ryan's World the Movie Titan Universe Adventure.
Thus, it should come as no surprise that comments have been disabled and that there is a notable 62% dislike to like ratio. It also doesn't help that this exact clip has been spreading on TikTok, gaining over 37 million views with the caption, "Let bro retire already," and the comments definitely didn't miss anything either, like, "Bro, Evan Tube already graduated, 500,000 likes, the bills cannot be this high, I know he gets bullied for this, he's counting how many videos he's done," which are all completely fair points. Similar kid creators like Evan Yub have moved on and stopped creating the content they were once making. Even if they did see a significant decline in views, the same can be said with what used to be a kids channel called the Gem Sisters, which, just like Ryan, grew up, but instead of creating the same content that they did 9 years ago, they instead shifted to vlogging their day-to-day lives and making content that actual teenagers should make the news about. Ryan's World still creating the same videos aimed at kids whilst not directly being a kid anymore, spread around social media in a matter of just days, and other YouTubers were quick to the topic. A user called Soggy Cereal would upload "Destroying Your Kid's Life" for views.
So now Ryan is just being used as his puppet by his parents and managers to squeeze out the last bit of cash he's got in him, not just sacrificing his childhood in the process, but also his future. If Jake Lloyd got relentlessly bullied in high school for playing Anakin Skywalker, the literal chosen one in Star Wars, I don't want to know what will happen to one of the most goofy kids known on the internet, who's being forced to do whatever this is at the age of 12 for everyone to see.
And an additional creator curse would be uploaded. Ryan's world is in disarray.
But I really hope, for Ryan's sake, this YouTube saga ends soon for him so he can actually try to live a normalish life for however long he can. He was already stripped of a normal childhood. Granted, he got into content creation when he was 4, but he honestly doesn't need to do it anymore. They're already rich, and if they somehow blew through 100 million in 8-ish years, they deserve to be poor.
The most prominent comment on every video about Ryan discusses his early years and how his chances of making friends in high school have all but been snatched away from him. They also discuss the likelihood that Ryan will be bullied for the rest of his life because he has one of the largest digital footprints in the world and can't just vanish into thin air. John Yair would interview Ryan and his parents in a 53-minute video titled Meet YouTube's Richest 12-Year-Old Ryan's World, which he would post on YouTube on August 22nd, 2024, explaining how they turned Ryan's world into one of YouTube's largest empires. What started off as a passionate interview in which Ryan would answer the majority of the questions himself became a whole nightmare in which he would hardly have a chance to speak, and his father would do almost all of the talking.
When you guys look ahead, like any other projects that you're most excited about, like the future of the channel, like how do you think about the future of Ryan's world and your business and your family?
Yeah, right now I feel like we're at the tipping point where like the movie is a great moment, and from there, we wanted to kind of step aside and think about what we want to go. Ryan's turning 13 years old this year, so he's turning teenager. So we're thinking about, do we want to introduce something like that align with his age, like more aligned to the preteen demographic, or we want to stay on with the going more for the animation. That's something we're kind of debating right now.
This interview alone would receive over 2 million views, but the comments said something completely different. I'm excited for the actual Ryan interview to happen in 10 years, not just with him present, and I think that in 20 years, there will be a Netflix documentary about how his parents blinded him, drove him to consume more and more material, and caused him to become addicted and lose everything. I conducted an interview with Ryan's parents, but it feels like they are hiding something because it got so bad that another YouTuber would mock the entire interview and change the thumbnail to reflect what he is going through right now. The worst part is that it's actually true. It will only be a matter of time until Ryan's parents, Shin and Lon, realize the complete disaster they have created for their son. What they initially believed would be their life's work, earning millions of dollars a month, has gradually changed into what they fear most: cancellation. It appears that this is what is happening right now, as the drama is only getting worse on social media. So it's anyone's guess as to how the Ryan's World channel will continue to grow now that Ryan is finally a teenager.